So Humble Soul is in the news again, and this time, Charley, Adani legal battle. At this point here, I feel like we need to sit these two people down and ask them, then mo problem. What exactly is the problem? Is it the outside noise, or is it that there's still love there? Because right now it is giving Tom and Jerry.
Najat fans, we thank every Ghanaian who has supported the cause of Humble Soul and Najat. We also want to thank every single father and every single mother who believes in the struggle to be a responsible parent. At this stage, we will say that the applicant, who is Shantel, has filed for custody and access of Najat. And we have equally filed our response to that. And today, the court considered our application, our oral application for a social inquiry report, an official one from the court, to be conducted to ascertain certain things and bring that report to the court. And the case has been adjourned to the 13th of November. And that's all my clients and I, we have to say. Thank you and have a good morning.
Okay. So the whole story as it stands right now is that they appeared in court today, where it was reported that the court adjourned the case to 13th of November because they have to do some investigations, and then these investigations have to be reported back to the court before they are, able to place a ruling. The whole issue stems from the fact that Shantel, who is Humble Soul's baby mama, filed to the court that she is seeking full custody of Najat, the child. And Humble Soul, when he received the whole court summon, he then filed his own. And I'm like, wait, cry then akola baku, a child. And police, court, this, hey! Is it that they can't find a middle ground, or what exactly is the problem? Because at this point, I cannot even strongly sit down and say, oh, you know what, this person is the problem. No! Because 1 minute, it looks as though Humble Soul is the one being oppressed. Then you see something else and be like, what exactly is happening? And looking at the whole legal battle, I'm very sure that the court is definitely going to look into details. Because from the beginning, we know that Shantel took in when she was a minor. So the whole situation stems from the fact that they are saying that Shantel was a minor and she didn't take care of the child. Does not mean a mother shouldn't be with a child. But at the end of the day, so when you sit down and think about the whole thing, yes, she was a minor. But then another angle to it is also the fact that Humble Soul himself was also underage. From what we are seeing, that he was 17, saying. So what exactly is this struggle? Because as it stands right now, especially to me, someone who has followed this case closely, I can clearly tell you that this whole thing is because of help, money. That is why all of these things are happening. Because Akwalano, if the child didn't blow up on social media and, they were getting interviews and all of that, I don't think either party would care. And genuinely speaking, if I was the court at this point, I would not even care for the both of them. I will look at the child and then center the child's care, well-being before taking my ruling. Because right now, the Shantel side, what you say, their own, it's just the fame that the child's name is attached to. That is what it's on. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Because if you people are trying to create a narrative that, oh, he was with Shantel when she was a minor, it speaks badly of the family. How do you people expect the court to give a child to you people when you let your minor of a child go and be with someone? Humble soul to, he's a man. They would have to compare. What does he do? How has he been able to take care of the child? Charlie, all of these things will wait. And that is why people say social media is not a courtroom. Charlie, courts, they don't use emotions to talk, or they will look into the detailing. And I really hope, I'm not even going to sit here and say, oh, they should rule in humble souls favor, because no, I'm not going to do that. They should center the well-being of the child, because at this point, I can boldly tell you that the child crash is tired. And then Tokwa or China say, the last time they had the live where Chantel's people came to want to take the child from humble soul, the whole giddy, the child was there. When na saying, or Chinebi akola ni nindru baby, and I'm story time of how my parents traumatized me as a child. All because these two parties is like they cannot sit down. And at this point, I do not even understand why the families are heavily involved. Because Shantel onya kola, somebody who knows relationship or new relationship, and how to intercourse with a man, knew how to get pregnant, stayed through the pregnancy, had the child, should be able to reason on her own. Because as it stands right now, it is as though it is what the mother and then the mother's people says, that is what she drags on. Humble soul too, it is the support he gets from social media and the few good people around him that he too is listening to. So it's like nobody is working on their own mind, which is terrible for a child. It is terrible for a child. And these are all the things that the courts, they are going to put into consideration, because they cannot give you a child when you cannot cater for the child. They can never give you a child when you cannot cater for the child. If you don't have proper place you stay, you don't have a proper, they won't give you the child. And the fact that you have a job and you have does not mean, probably the court might even ban them from even posting the child on the internet. They may go as far as that. Just because two people who are adults at this point, who have a mind of their own, who know that when they want to cross the road, they will look left, right, before they cross. They cannot sit down and make decisions for themselves. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's heartbreaking. Humble soul, they're not send me a mobile. Every time I see him, my heart just breaks. But you cannot just use that to say, oh, yes, I do support him, because at the end of the day, the same way we love and support single mothers, we should show up for single fathers too. We should. Because you will be shocked at the number of single fathers that we have in this Ghana. You will be surprised. And all of this is just because of what? Fame, sika, money. There was also one trending voice note too that was trending. I don't even think we can even add that voice note to this whole video, because it was terrible. All because of money. All this thing is because of money. If Humble Soul decides that, you know what, I want to delete all my child's videos, I want to take everything down, it is me now. Nobody should reach out to me about my child or anything. She's fine. You will see how everybody will relax. You will see how everybody will relax. Because at the end of the day, both parties are forgetting that. With the rising economy that we are in this country, you don't use cocoa money to cater for a child. And when you look at baby Naja, she is well taken care of. So to have people try to press on the fact that, oh, he's a man, he might not be. What happened? How did he How was he able to manage when the baby was left with him when she was barely 6 months old? What happened to Shantel at that time? What was she going through? Like, nobody's even giving us anything. Everybody is just trying to, it's as though everybody is selling us their side and making sure that they sell it to us so much that we believe and we stand with them, which is troubling. Charlie, it's not supposed to be that way. And irrespective of who they rule in their favor, Charlie, then the other person should go and build him or herself. If they rule in Chantel's favor and they take the child, Humble Soul should gather himself, build himself up. Because at the end of the day, when his daughter decides to return, because I know for a fact that child will grow, and the things she will have to come and tell us. And whoever it is should just go gather themselves, because genuinely speaking, I feel like Humble Soul's life as it stands right now revolves around his daughter, which is fair because he has been the one taking care of this child since she was barely 6 months old. So everything he does is around his daughter. So if the court say they have to rule in the favor of the mother, and then he should start probably a small business or start something of his own. If he wants to relocate to Nigeria too and start building, he should. He should start building a very strong foundation, because at the end of the day, when the cameras and the brands and people are no longer supporting, the people who feel like, oh, they can handle it, they will start coming back and chewing their nails and saying, Because at the end of the day, a child is not taken care of just by word of mouth. You have to put your time, your energy, your money where your mouth is. That will gradually become a problem. If they rule in favor of Humble Soul, Shantel too should go and build her life. She should go, start a business, start something. You do not owe anybody explanation to why you did what you did. You did what was right for you at the moment. So this fight that you're fighting, it makes you look bad. But no worries. You should care less what we think of you. Go build yourself. Build a strong foundation so that tomorrow, if your child decides to come and look for you, what's the kiosk be now or no beba, you would have your own small nice space or your business going. That's when your child comes, you'll be like, oh, my mommy has this. That is how it's supposed to be, not this back and forth. Actually, it's really terrible. And hopefully, come November 13th, we would get a ruling and then, a full insight on the whole story. But for now, that is all we have on this. This has been What They Go On here at the Charley Studios. Don't forget to like, share. Let us know what you think about this whole Humble Soul situation. And Mimi, we'll catch you on the next one.